everybody, and welcome to Life as I See It with your hostess, Dina Nierenberg. And tonight with me, I have a friend and neighbor, Sarah Ovich. Thank you so much for coming to the show tonight. And it was so last second. I think I called Sarah about an hour and a half ago, and she said yes very readily. And so I thank you so much, Sarah. Thank you for coming to the show. Thank you. So before the show, we were discussing what we were going to talk about, and this is what I figured. I had today the pleasure of getting a facial with my favorite facialist ever, Yelena Efraimova from Beauty Obsession, and I was talking to her, and basically it was already 2 months ago, and we were saying, we want to do something for the neighborhood on Sunday nights, before the work week begins, that would make people feel amazing. Like, not just physically amazing because you're working out, but also like spiritually amazing. So Yelena told me that this would be an amazing idea. And I said, what can we possibly do that would make everybody feel like an ace right before the work week? And then I said, what we need to do is some workout, and we also need to do some spiritual workout. And so yoga and relaxation on Sunday nights was born. And I'm just very, very grateful. So I just want to give a great big shout out to my friend Yelena Efraimova from Beauty Obsession. And today it's interesting because the receptionist asked me, what do you like so much about Yelena? I said, well, first of all, Yelena's an amazing person. But on top of her being an amazing person, she has helped me to self-actualize myself. She has helped me to reach my true potential. I said, you know what? When women empower other women, that's really something. That is something to celebrate. And that's something to admire in other people. And so, so thank you, Yelena. Hope that you're watching the show. And so this is what we do. We start out every show. We start out every session first with some yoga, some of those relaxation, stretching poses. And then we move on to deep breathing. From there, we move on to some emotional freedom technique. Have you ever heard of the emotional freedom technique?
Yes, I have.
I love
From
it.
you.
Oh, okay. I love it so much.
Yes.
I love it so much. And I've discovered in the past few years that it really, really works. It's just like there's nothing like it. You tap on certain acupressure points while stating certain affirmations that you want to believe about yourself. You don't necessarily have to believe them in the moment, but it's what you want to believe, and that's all that matters. It's because you are a work in progress. And gradually and eventually, you will take in the messages that you are tapping in with these acupressure points. So, what do you think of that?
I think that's a wonderful way to relieve stress and really to calm your nervous system.
Yeah, it's incredible. It's incredible. And something I've learned during my time as a professor, I'm a psychology professor, and I always figure that when you are feeling okay in your mind, then your stomach is relaxed. In recent years, I also discovered that when your body is relaxed, it relaxes your mind. And that never really sunk in until recent times, until I started to see that this is actually true. You can read one thing and say, I don't know that I believe this. Mm-hmm. But then you actually practice it on yourself and you see that it's so true. When you are doing things for your body, when you are eating right, when you're getting the correct amount of sleep, it actually has a tremendous impact on your mental and emotional health. So this is what I try to do Sunday nights. We do some yoga, we do some mental and emotional relaxation, and the combination, I've discovered the women, and also I'm trying to get in the teenage step, but that's a little bit hard to come by. Mm-hmm. I'm trying so hard, Sarah, believe me.
I believe you.
I am trying so hard.
Easy.
No, the teenage step does not want in.
No.
Not yet. Not yet.
But
Except for Esther.
Okay.
Esther's in. She's like, I'm here, and Esther's there.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
Wonderful.
Yeah. So until the day comes that like I also get in the teenage set, at least like it helps to relax people from the community and just like every way, mentally, emotionally, physically, and that's what I want. I've always wanted to perform. We were saying before the show. I also have always wanted to help people out, and this is what we do. So tonight, Sarah is gracious enough to accompany me on our relaxation journey. I wanted to show everybody, the public, what we do, what I do every Sunday night. So we're going to be studying tonight with some yoga moves, especially those yoga moves that you can do early in the morning, whatever time you wake up, that kind of get you into the flow of the day. Now the goal is to get into the flow of the day. The worst thing in this whole wide world is to spend the day in your mind. Nothing sucks worse.
That's true.
Nothing's worse than that. Because once you accomplish, when you spend your entire day in your mind, and you can be accomplishing even, but you could spend your entire day in your mind anyway. So then you could say that you're just being like a shadow of yourself. You're not being your full self. But when mind and body are working together, then that's when you're becoming your true self. That's when you're being who you're supposed to be. That's what I aim to do with these yoga and relaxation classes. So here's some yoga I try to start out with every morning. It's just only even takes a few minutes. It's called what I call flow yoga. So we could start out with a downward dog, if you like. And first I try to do a couple of stretches, just to stretch for stretching's sake. You're never too old, you're never too young to stretch it out. So I do some of these stretches, then I rotate my hips, backwards and forwards, the other way around. And now let's get into downward dog. Hands above our heads, and then we put our hands right by the sides of our feet, legs back. Try to hang on to it. Downward dog. 1, 2, 3, and then we drop it into cobra pose. And breathe and relax in cobra pose. Take a deep breath in and a deep breath out. And a deep breath in, and a deep breath out. And a deep breath in, and a deep breath out. And a deep breath in, and a deep breath out. And really feel it in your abdomen. That's a plus to this flow yoga, is that you also feel it in your abdomen. It tightens up your abdomen at the same time. And from cobra pose, take it down into child pose, or what I now like to call inner child pose, because everybody out there, regardless of what type of childhood you had, everybody could use some reparenting. And you are the only one who can give yourself 100% unconditional positive love, unconditional positive regard. You're the only one. And when you are doing this child pose, you start to recapture how you felt as a child when you loved yourself unconditionally, and when this is all that you wanted from the people in your life. So breathing in, inhale, and exhale, and inhale, and exhale, and inhale, and exhale. And breathe in unconditional positive love. Exhale out any negativity. Breathe in unconditional love. Breathe out negativity. Breathe in love. out negativity. From child pose, let's take it back to cobra pose. A little bit, it's also in the repetition. And deep breath in. And a deep breath out. And a deep breath in. And a deep breath out. And a deep breath in. And a deep breath out. And a deep breath in. And a deep breath out. From cobra pose, let's take it back to inner child pose. With a deep breath in. And a deep breath out. And a deep breath in. And a deep breath out. And a deep breath in. And a deep breath out. And a deep breath in. And a deep breath out. One more time. A deep breath in. And a deep breath out. From child pose, let's take it up now to what we call cat pose. With a deep breath in. And a deep breath out. And a deep breath in. And a deep breath out. And a deep breath in. And a deep breath out. And a deep breath in. And a deep breath out. And a deep breath in. And a deep breath out. And a deep breath in. And a deep breath out. From cat pose, let's take it up now to cow pose. You have this now inverted stomach, and you feel it. You feel your stomach being all pulled in. Breathing in deeply. And exhale deeply. Inhale deeply. And exhale deeply. Inhale deeply. And exhale deeply. Inhale deeply. And exhale deeply. From cow pose, take it back to cat pose. Deep breath in. And a deep breath out. And a deep breath in. And a deep breath out. And a deep breath in. And a deep breath out. And a deep breath in. And a deep breath out. Deep breath in. And a deep breath out. Let's take it back up into cow pose. With a deep breath in. And a deep breath out. And a deep breath in. And a deep breath out. And a deep breath in. And a deep breath out. And a deep breath in. And a deep breath out. One last time. Deep breath in. And a deep breath out. And then take it back into child pose. Breathing in deeply. Inhale. And exhale deeply. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Remember what it was like to be a young child and just want unconditional positive regard all the time. Now, as an adult, you can give this to yourself all the time. Absolutely all the time. Not just when you feel you deserve it. You deserve unconditional love all the time. No matter what you say, no matter what you do, no matter what other people say or do to you, no matter the looks of disapproval. You just have to love yourself unconditionally. There is no reason in this world why you should not be able to enjoy the present moment. Always. Just like a child always enjoys the present moment. You too, as an adult, you are entitled to the same privilege. You are entitled to feel good about yourself 100% of the time. Not just a percentage of the time, but 100% of the time. No one ever said that you couldn't. This is a very, very self-limiting kind of a belief that you have to earn your peace of mind. You can always have peace of mind. It's completely and totally up to you. It's up to you. You make your own peace of mind. You are the decider that you want to live in the present moment all the time, just like a young child does. And yeah, it's true that young children, especially the very, very sensitive, they do get upset about this, they do get upset about that. But note how very, very young children, they go beyond their anxiety. They go beyond their hurt. They go beyond their upset very, very fast. A lot faster than a grown-up does. So we can recapture that presence of mind that we were able to enjoy as young children. You're never, ever, ever too old to be able to do that for yourself. So doing this yoga, doing the EFT, you can recapture that for yourself. And even, let's say there's a time, let's say a day here, a day there, and you don't have time for any of that stuff, you still can live and enjoy the present moment. This just happens to make it a little bit easier. So, ending child pose now. Let's get back up into Cobra. One more time. Breathing in and breathing out. And breathing in and breathing out. And breathing in and breathing out. One last time. Breathing in and breathing out. Whenever you're ready, we'll come to a sitting position. Some people call it the lotus position. Deep breath in. And a deep breath out. And a deep breath in. And a deep breath out. And a deep breath in. And a deep breath out. And a deep breath in. And a deep breath out. And you can rotate your head and your neck and your shoulders and your back, your hips. Rotate, breathing in and breathing out. And breathing in and breathing out. And breathing in and breathing out. And breathing in and breathing out. Rotate the other way. Breathing in and breathing out. And breathing in and breathing out. And breathing in and breathing out. Fold your arms right in front of you. Try to put your head in your arms. Breathing in and breathing out. Breathing in and breathing out. And breathing in and breathing out. And now, with the remainder of the show, we're going to do some emotional freedom technique. So to get started with that, first you want to get yourself into a very, very comfortable kind of a position. And then you want to continue the deep breathing. And people feel differently about this particular position. Some people like to put their hands on their heart while they're doing their deep breathing. This builds up more and more and more self-compassion. And then there are people who like to settle their stomach, because I learned in recent years that we believe it or not, have two brains. One brain is, of course, in the central nervous system in the brain. And our second brain, believe it or not, is in our stomach.
Good.
I first learned this 5 years ago, and it's called the enteric nervous system. And I learned that there is a nerve, and it's an actual nerve. It's called the vagus nerve that runs between the brain and the stomach. When the brain is feeling okay, then the stomach feels okay. When the stomach is feeling okay, it sends up messages to the brain that life is good, everything is okay, things are settled down here. And of course, when we're eating, very unfortunately, our stomach sends messages up to our brain that everything is not kosher here. Things are not amazing. And then, of course, the mind, the brain gets very, very frenzied, and you start to find yourself a little bit all over the place, and you don't feel like yourself, you know? So some people like to do their deep breaths with hands on heart. That's for more self-love and self-compassion. Because you can feel your heartbeat, you know, and you realize, hey, I'm a creation of God. I am a creation of God, so I am special. I am precious. So some people need to hear that kind of message all the time. And some people, especially if they're particularly anxious, they like to settle their stomach all the time. Things are good. Everything's okay. So everyone is different as far as where they like to keep their hands while they're doing their deep breathing. I happen to love to keep my hands on my heart because it just builds up more and more and more self-compassion. So deep breath in and deep breath out. And a deep breath in and a deep breath out. And a deep breath in and a deep breath out. And a deep breath in and a deep breath out. And now that we're all chilled out, let's get on to our acupressure points with our affirmations, otherwise known as emotional freedom technique. So let's begin here. This is called karate chop point. Here comes the first of the affirmations. So even though I sometimes get down on myself, I sometimes feel badly about myself, I sometimes worry about whether or not I'm worthy of happiness, self-actualization, and just being in the moment, I still do deeply love and accept myself. And even though I sometimes have great moments of anxiety and doubt, I still do deeply love and accept myself, no matter what. Top of the head, another very, very important acupoint. So even though I sometimes carry around this doubt about myself, and sometimes I wonder how worthy I am as a human being, I still do deeply love and accept myself. And I still feel like I deserve the very best in life. The sides of the eyes, but temples, I still do feel in my heart that I was put onto this earth for a purpose, for a reason, that there's meaning in my life. I don't want to waste my life spending it in my mind and giving myself a hard time and hurting on myself and mistrusting myself and make myself feel anxious, depressed, and guilty. I feel like I have a real purpose in life. I am not a waste of time. I am not a waste of space. Under lower lip, I feel that I have a higher purpose in this life. There's a higher purpose for me. I came down here to self-actualize. I have purpose. My purpose is not to babysit my mind all day long. That is not my purpose in life. And now we move on to in between the ribs. I love this point. Absolutely love this point. I was not brought down here to babysit my mind. I was brought down here for a higher purpose. I was brought down here to actualize myself, to make something of myself, to live in the present moment and become all that I can possibly become. And yes, to be happy at the same time, because happiness is only found in the present moments. Underarm. Happiness cannot be found in looking at the past, because then you just, say, hey, that was in the past. My happiness was in the past. Happiness cannot either be found in the future. Happiness can only be found right here, right now, in the present moments. Tap the wrist. I was brought down to enjoy life, to actualize myself, and to be present in the here and now, experiencing happiness, experiencing God's world that was created for me, for all of us. It's very, very faulty for me to think that, okay, God created this gorgeous, gorgeous world and I don't get to enjoy it. Again, top of head. I do get to enjoy it. God created this world for me to enjoy every moment of it, to enjoy all of his gorgeous nature, to enjoy all of our blessings, to enjoy everything in our lives that we find to be enjoyable, and also to go seeking out that which is very joyful to us. We are not here to stay in our minds. That's not a life. We are here to have peace of mind. We are here to be happy. We are here to be fully present. Because with our full presence, under lower lip, because with our full presence, that's where we find God. That's where we find Hashem. We find God when we are in the present moment. And we realize that we are here for a higher purpose when we are living in the present moment. When a person is not in the present moment, they're just always thinking about what they did wrong, what they perceive that they did wrong, what other people told them that they did wrong, and they're not living life. They're not living life the way that they were meant to live it. They are living mind. Our job down here is to live life to the fullest, to enjoy life, to actualize on our potential, to make the most of ourselves. This is what God really, really, really wants for us. So who are we, mere earthlings, to believe that we get to decide to just live in our minds all day long? What a waste of space. What a waste of time. 100% a waste of time. Each and every one of us has so much potential that we can actualize. The only reason why people don't realize this is that they suffer from poor self-esteem. So what can people do? What can we do if we suffer from poor self-esteem? We can do is let go of that which does not serve us. What gets in the way of our self-esteem? Anxiety. Anxiety about the now. Anxiety about the past. Anxiety about the future. Just anxiety. Anxiety gets in our way, makes us doubt ourselves, makes us feel ashamed, and makes us feel like we can't cope, like we can't deal. So we let go of all anxiety. We let go of all fear. We don't need any of that stuff in our lives. We let go of all guilt and all shame. These are the other two, ugly twin sisters, if you will. We let go of these things. These things only get in the way of our mental health, our emotional health, our spirituality, our self-esteem. We let go of any guilt that we may be feeling about anything ever. Sounds drastic? It's not. This is what we need to do in our lives to be able to fully actualize ourselves. We let go of our guilt and our shame about anything ever. We let go of all anger towards ourselves and towards the people in our lives. We let go of all resentment that we may have toward ourselves or toward the people in our lives. We let go of all negative states. Just, fill in the blank, whatever applies to you. We let go of all negative states. We do not need any of these things in our lives. We let go. We absolutely 100% let go. We let go of anything that does not serve us. We let go of all negativity. We let go of the past completely. People are under this belief system that we have to cling to the past, that the past is supposed to have meaning to us, but it doesn't have to. Because in order to live in the present moment, to live fully in the present moment, it's so important for us to live only in the present moment, to let go of the past completely. The past has got no meaning for us. Every moment that we are alive is like another lifetime. You could say, at what point do I get to drop my stuff? You can drop your stuff whenever you want. That's the thing. No matter what you've been told in life, no matter what, maybe parents, teachers, any other relatives, any other friends, neighbors, whoever and whatever has told you that you have to cling to the past, you don't have to cling to the past. You don't. It's not our responsibility. We have a responsibility to ourselves to always, always, always live in the present moment and drop the past completely all the time. We have a right to peace of mind. This is our birthright. We have a right to love ourselves unconditionally, and we do. We choose, we elect to love ourselves unconditionally. When I say unconditionally, I mean all the time. Not just some of the time, I mean all the time. Under every circumstance. Under every situation. Loving yourself unconditionally means that you always, love yourself unconditionally, no matter what day, no matter what the situation, no matter what you weigh, and no matter what you said. This is how it works. Unconditional love is just that. Unconditional love is treating yourself like this little child who just deserves love, 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 love. No matter what my grandson says or does, I love him. He can do no wrong. No matter what he does. And this is how life has to be, your entire life. Who says that when you grow up, you get to stop loving yourself or make your love conditional on what you say and do or what you think? It doesn't have to be that way. It's not that way. We choose to love ourselves unconditionally all the time, every moment of every day until 120. Deep breath in and a deep breath out. And a deep breath in and a deep breath out. And a deep breath in and a deep breath out. So what did you think of that?
I think you are a healer.
Thank you.
You're a very good healer. I am so calm now.
Me too.
I came in so stressed, and now I'm relaxed.
That's what I like to hear.
Thank you so much.
My
It's
pleasure.
been such a pleasure. You are a gift. Thank you.
So are you, Sarah. World's greatest neighbor ever. Thank you so much, Sarah.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Love you all. See you all soon.
Thank you.